Hello and welcome to Point and Drink Adventure, a podcast where we talk about the drinks and the media we're consuming. I'm Pam, and with me, as always, is Michelle.
Hello. Hi, Pam. How are you?
Hi. I'm excellent. You are looking fantastic this evening.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Today's like the first day I feel good since Magfest. This is post Magfest. We did not record at Magfest, obviously.
No, we plan to, but logistics, people.
Things, partying, things got in the way.
Yeah.
Which is more important, honestly, why we were there. We were there to hang out and have fun. So I'd rather do that than try to squeeze it in there. But now we're here now to talk about all the things. We went to Magfest. How was Magfest?
Well, Maryland was cool. I didn't set a foot in or near the convention center.
I set a foot. I had a foot in there for a hot second, so yeah. I made an appearance. Pam didn't.
You made an appearance. That's good. I didn't. I stayed at the house that we rented and chilled out and played games and watched Sopranos. And,
that was good. That was good. I need to watch The Sopranos now because that was real good.
You need to.
Watched one random episode. I was like, I'm hooked. I don't even know what's happening. I'm hooked. But yeah, Magfest was great. I went and made an appearance on a Friday night. Saw a little bit of Bit Brigade, some of those like hot side room concerts thing, and then just hung out with friends. That was it. That was my Magfest. And then I left the next day.
Exactly. We had a lot of our polymedia crew there to hang out with. We had a karaoke night, Jackbox night. While you were at the con, a bunch of us at the house were just watching some of the musical acts on TV. Bit Brigade was great as always. There was one really weird thing that was like, I guess kind of techno-ish, but it was just horrible noise, and I thought it was a prank, but it never stopped. And then a bunch of stuff, and maybe I'm getting like cynical in my old age, but a bunch of these things, I'm like, man, this is some nerdy shit.
It is. You know what? I think it really is just some nerdy shit. It's some real nerdy shit. We're just cynical and it's always the same nerdy shit. The same over and over again. Like you see that, I'm starting seeing it really repeat with Magfest. And we go to quite a few cons now every year, at least 3. I say quite a few. We go to like 2. But it's just the same thing over and over again. I'm like, I'm good. There's only so many versions of Super Metroid I need to hear, Even though I just bought the vinyl, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good soundtrack, but you only need to hear metal covers of it so many times.
Metal, and then techno, and then keytarring. Why is keytarring really a big thing at these things? I don't get it.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was so, yeah. But overall, a great time, as always. Always a good time.
Yes. It was fantastic. And speaking of keytars, what are we drinking?
That was an excellent transition.
Thank you.
What are we drinking? Well, we got a little bit liquored out from last weekend. And then Michelle got the flu immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
So today I'm feeling better. But Pam was like, let's just do wine because it's very easy and we won't have to think about it. I mean, a little bit of thinking, but not too much thinking in terms of prep. And so Pam had already had a Gewurztraminer from Ontario. And so I was like, yeah, Gewurztraminer. So white wine. Beautiful.
Beautiful. What Gewurztraminer are you drinking?
So I was a little disappointed at my, of course, wine selection here in the States, in Pennsylvania, because Gewurztraminer is traditionally, like, I love Alsatian Gewurztraminer. This is like where some of the best in the world come from. And so I go to the French section in the freaking Fine Spirits or whatever that place is called, and they don't have any freaking Alsatian Gewurztraminer. They only had 2 Alsatian wines altogether. And I was like, do you guys freaking suck? So I got Oregon from Willamette Valley. Actually, I think it's McMinnville AVA, Gewurztraminer, which they grow quite a bit there. It's not as high acid as the Alsatian ones is, and is probably the one you're from Ontario, just because the higher climate, cooler climate and such. But like, yeah, so I just got an Oregon one, but I was real disappointed because I wanted an Alsatian one because I love Alsatian wine. But yeah.
Yeah. Usually I think of Germany when I think of Gewurz, but yeah, so this is just a Ontario Angel's Gate. It's from the Niagara region, which is a region that's like really rich in limestone, so it's always got that sort of minerally kind of feeling. And yeah, it's a grape that's good in cooler climates, so we make a fair bit of it in Ontario.
One of the real big things that is really associated with Gewurztraminer is the florality to it. Like, that's the big boom in your face that you can tell just right off the rip. Once you open the bottle, you should be able to indicate. Mine's a little too cold, so I'm trying to warm it up a little bit so I don't get that florality to it. I get more petrol-y. But to be honest, I kind of feel like that's going to be of that anyways, just because mine's from Oregon. There's not a huge amount of like acidity and such like that from this region that you're going to get into these wines, which is again why I'm disappointed with no Alsatian. But yeah, the biggest thing about Gewurztraminer is florality. Do you get a lot of floral in yours?
I mean, my favorite thing about Gewurztraminer is how it smells. But I tend to get more like fruit, like certain fruits. Like I think lychee is actually what it is, even though I couldn't pinpoint what a lychee smells like. Every time this smells so good, I don't know what it is, but it smells like kind of like almost like melony, like tropical fruit. I just find it always has such a nice nose on it.
Yeah, the nose is really what like draws you to Gewurztraminer, and the body, like a little bit fuller of body with still that screaming acidity. Nice, beautiful nose. And just a nice bright wine that goes really good with like Asian foods. Thai.
It's fairly complex too, and I like this one because Gewurz can also be a little bit on the sweet side. This one is not, so that's nice.
Yeah, for sure. The Gewurz, especially the longer it ages on the vine, it's typically they want it to age more in order to get that body to it, and that tends to garner more sweetness to it. And people, I think, also associate it with that, which has that sort of stigma. People are like, oh, I don't like sweet wine. I'm like, yeah, you do. You just think you're having like it's not Moscato, all right? It's not like that sweet. Just a little sweetness to it. This is okay. Like a little bit of sugar is good. Just not a lot.
Exactly. It's also, I'm just noticing, very high in alcohol. It's 14.5% for a white.
Woo! Baby, I wonder what mine is. Mine's like
I thought we were taking it easy tonight.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. What's mine at? Yeah, mine's from McMinnville. Mine's 13.7, so it's not far behind you. But that's always like, you usually be like a couple point percentages off of it, just because they don't really like to reprint the label if it's like slightly lower or slightly higher. So yours can be slightly higher. But yeah, love Gewurz. Drink Gewurztraminer. It was so cute when I worked in a restaurant. I had a coworker and she had the hardest times pronouncing Gewurztraminer because how you spell this fucking thing is like, it's like 15 letters long. And English was not her first language. So she would always go up to the table because she'd had a like, you know, you have a method in order to say something, like a little saying or something. She'd go, Gewurztraminer. And she'd do the hand thing every time, like as her way of reminding herself, Gewurztraminer. I was like, you're the cutest. So now I say it, I have to think of her going, So cute. But yeah, that's what we're drinking. Hot, spicy, quick. We got a lot of crap to talk about. Let's go.
We have lots to talk about. So what have we been watching? What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? All right, so I'll go through the first one of mine because it's terrible. This shit was so bad. All right, so the new, was it Zack Snyder? I think it was Zack Snyder. I forget. I think it was Zack Snyder. I've just like burned this out of my memory already so fast. I watched Rebel Moon Part 1. Was it like A Child of Fire? Which was a Netflix movie that was like released like end of December.
Okay, so this isn't a Star Wars movie because I saw that name and I was like, Star Wars? But, okay.
Oh, it tries to steal from It tries to steal from every single goddamn movie out there. Mm-hmm. This movie doesn't have an original idea, a single original idea in it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So it's a space opera. Oh my gosh, this girl is on this little planet that does farming, and she's in this little community, and she's really just hiding from the evil empire, Star Wars. And they look like their outfits look like Nazi uniforms too. So I'm like, you guys are all stormtroopers now. Like, oh my god, the evil empire. So stolen thing number one. So she's just like hiding, trying to like avoid them, but then they come down because they like the farm and they want to steal their grain. Now we're stealing from Seven Samurai as well as Magnificent Seven, because now we're going to go into this little village and steal all their resources. We're going to come back in 8 months and then come back and steal all your grain. And so I was like, okay, well, what are we going to do, team? So the town's like, we have to go hire a group of misfit mercenaries in order to defend our town. Literally, this is the story. And it's the story of frickin' Seven Samurai and Magnificent Seven. And so they go off, recruit people. And as they're recruiting people, they get, little tidbits of the people, and it's terrible. And everything, it's a terrible movie. It's terrible. I swear to God, nothing happened. It was the only interesting shots, I thought, was if they're in combat, they do this slow motion. But it got old so fast because they did the slow motion thing constantly.
Right.
0 blood in the movie. Apparently, they're going to do another release of the bloody version.
Director's cut.
Yeah, but I'm like, why didn't you just release that anyways? It's freaking Netflix. Like, what?
Yeah,
that's
weird.
Stupid. So, it was the first part. We really didn't need 2 parts for this stupid space opera, because if Magnificent Seven and Seven Samurai can get it done in 2.5 hours, you bitches can, because it's the exact same goddamn movie. And so it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hated it. I watched the whole thing, got done with it, and I was like, I'm not watching the second part at all. If I do, I gotta be real high. So don't recommend Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Not even a little bit. Anthony Hopkins is in the movie as this robot. He's literally he's a robot. And he's in the first 15, 20 minutes. And then you see him at the very end. And all of a sudden he's got horns and such. She's like, I've been living out in the fields. And it's like, what the fuck? I don't understand. Dumb.
All right. I will not watch that one if it pops up on my recommended for you.
It's not even good bad. It's not even good bad.
That's no fun.
I know. What have you been watching, Pam?
So I'll start with the ones that you haven't watched. Oh, yeah. So the first movie I watched this year was Office Killer. I've been wanting to watch this. I looked up a list of horror movies by women directors, and so I made this big list and put it on my Letterboxd to watch list. So Dylan and I watched this one, and it stars Carol Kane, and she's a little mousy office employee. I think they work for a magazine, and most of her coworkers around her are complete assholes, and the magazine is going through financial hardship. So a bunch of people are getting let go. Some people are being told to work from home. So Carol Kane gets told that she has to work from home from now on. And in her home life, she lives with her mother, who is a very stressful person to be around. And then as it goes and people behave terribly, it starts out quite accidental. And someone dies, sort of at the fault of Carol Kane. And so she, brings them home with her and puts them in the basement and, sets them up like they're working. And so it's basically about her building her own office place in her basement. It's very strange. It's very funny. It's also got Molly Ringwald, Michael Imperioli are in it. Most of the people are awful. And so it just goes through her killing people, basically, to rebuild her office at home. And I don't know if I want to spoil this. I honestly think no one's gonna watch this.
I tried to watch it. It's not in the States.
I don't think it's streaming anywhere. I had downloaded it like months ago. So what really sold me on this movie was that at one point there's some like Girl Guides. They come to the door and they're like, "We're selling cookies," and she's like, "Oh, my mom likes the Samoas or whatever the fuck," and she's like, "Come on inside." And then the movie just goes on, and later on when we're seeing all her coworkers dead in the basement, just like a shot of the dead Girl Guides. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I'm sad I couldn't watch this. God damn it, States, and you're on. I don't have a VPN. God damn it. Boo.
Yeah, but it was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. Loving a good entertaining. That looked fun, which is why I tried to hunt it down, and I failed miserably.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I always find movies that are like, oh, I want to watch this. Oh, this doesn't exist. Like, maybe you can find a DVD off a used site somewhere. Like,
yeah. I'm like, God damn it. That's why physical media sometimes is helpful. Although, why do I want billions of DVDs? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
What else did you watch?
Next thing I watched, I think I slightly told you about this movie, a movie called Foe, which is, we've both watched some Black Mirror. I watched most of the most recent season 6, which this movie is pretty much an episode in Black Mirror, the most recent season. So we got that going for us. That's a good start, right?
Right.
We're already copying shit. So Saoirse Ronan plays a wife in the future to name of dude who they live on this farm that's been in their family for many generations. Let's say Nebraska, middle of nowhere. Like in a desert land. Everything in the world is dying. So big corporation is like, hey, we're doing this program where we're trying to relocate people to like Mars or the moon. I forget which one it was, some off-planet thing. And you have been selected since you have a particular set of skills. And he's like, okay. I mean, the guy who comes to their house telling them this is like, but since you're going to be gone for 2 years, we don't want your wife to be by herself, because that's just real bad for 2 years, even though people are separated for 2 years, like all the time, like in war and stuff, like, you know, whatever. So what we're going to do is give you a fake husband who is like a robot who looks and acts exactly like your husband. So she's not lonely. And then you can be together, and then when he comes back, we'll just do the hot swap, and you'll come back, and everything will be fine.
So does she know it's a robot husband?
She knows it's a robot husband.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. They both know it's a robot husband.
But the robot husband doesn't know he's a robot.
The robot husband doesn't know he's a robot, which is kind of like the twist of it, I guess. And it's very similar to that one where Josh Hartnett, where you have your personality is put into a robot thing that's in Earth while you're off in space. Kind of like that, except his like consciousness is not transferred back and forth. And so you find out, nobody's going to fucking watch this movie because it's terrible. It's very slow, very ill-paced. Just, I really liked the chemistry, I guess, between Saoirse Ronan and her husband, who's this other Irish actor who I can't remember his name. He was in Normal People. But other than that, it's like nothing really happens until the end where you're like, oh, he had no idea that he was not the husband and that the husband has actually been gone the whole time. And it's like, oh, that's it. And then really it was a social study of how if love can exist between a human and this machine that they created. And so they wanted to study it while he was gone in space for 2 years. And it's like, this is dumb. It's dumb. I watched some dumb movies. Let's just be real. It wasn't a good time for Michelle. It was real boring. It was just nothing really happened. You got to see Saoirse Ronan's boobs, which is great, but that's about it. Nothing really exciting for me over here.
That's too bad.
I know. What else have you been watching?
So, something else that I've been wanting to watch for a while is Talk to Me, which is, I think it's one of the A24 horror movies, I'm pretty sure. I think it's by 2 YouTubers?
They are YouTubers, yes.
Yeah, in Australia. So it's a movie about like the hot new thing for the kids, and it's this like mummified hand, and if they hold it and say, I let you in, a like ghost will like take over their body and like use their body as they see fit, and then they have to blow out the candle and sever the connection within like 90 seconds or else bad things could happen. So this is about a young woman, and her mother died a few years ago, and she's still grieving that, and she starts using this, and just sort of, it's very much a drug analogy about how this can sort of ruin people's lives. I thought it was all right. It was pretty entertaining.
Was it fun? I feel like these kind of movies, they need to be fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked the dialogue and everything. All of the actors were good. It got real intense at times, like a lot of eyeball stuff. But
Ooh, no, yeah. I hate eyeball stuff. That's like the one thing I can't handle. Eyeballs and the needles going towards eyeballs. You know, just like
I don't like
real
that.
up and I'm glad I didn't watch it then. I was tempted. I was like,
Yeah, there was a few times when I was like, nope, I'm just going to look over here for a little bit. I'm good.
I'm going to look at Lily. I'm going to look at Lily. Lily over there stretching.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun movie that had some interesting reveals in it. But.
Tropey. That's good. Sounds good to have an interesting modern horror movie.
What else did you watch?
Well, we watched while we're at Magfest. This is not really a movie per se. It's more of a concert. Not even a documentary.
Not even.
Concert movie?
Yeah, it's part concert movie, but then just with some, like, a little bit of backstage and then some, I don't know, dream sequences. Like, yeah.
We got high, and this is what came out for kind of thing. Yeah, we watched Song Remains the Same by Led Zeppelin, which is amazing. Just 20 minutes of every song.
Yeah. Oh, this song is 6 minutes? I can make it last 27.
I remember you at one point screamed at the side of the room, remember this song is still going. It's 20 minutes later.
I know. I was like, does anyone remember what song this is?
And it's like the Lemon Song or something like that. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Every song is literally 20 minutes. But yeah, we're just hanging out, and one of Pam's favorite songs of all times is from probably the version we probably watched the most is from this movie. And so I had been wanting for us just like as a group to watch this as a movie as a whole, because it gets very strange. The whole sequences and stuff in between the actual concert footage is very strange. Like at one point they are gangsters shooting people, and then
Nazis, werewolves, like
and then Vikings, and it's very weird. None of it makes any sense.
Each of the 4 band members has their own little segment in the movie, which is just very surreal.
Yeah, it's definitely the 70s. Very psychedelic. But it's fun. It's great. I mean, obviously, Led Zeppelin is amazing. Freaking Robert Plant is just hot pants and sexy. Jimmy Page is just sexy. Even John Paul Jones is great with his freaking bowl cut.
Stupid haircut.
Stupid haircut.
Robert Plant's mane of hair. I'm so jealous. And I want to touch it, but I want to have it. Like, both.
Can I have both?
Yeah.
Just let me run my fingers through that lock of hair and then just put it on me.
And then scalp him and then steal it. Yes.
Yeah. Great time.
Yeah. That was fun to watch. I liked that we had a number of people who weren't so familiar with it, just being like, what the fuck?
Yes. And we're like, yes. Like me, you, and Burger. We're like, yeah.
Yeah. Just dancing to it. And yeah, it was awesome.
It's a good time. If you like concert movies, watch Song Remains the Same. It's a good time.
You were men in tight pants.
Oof. Oh, yeah. Tight pants and heels. Yeah. They got heels on underneath those.
It makes their little booties just...
Tiny booties. What else have you been watching? We watched, not together, but we watched.
Not together, but we both watched. Yeah, so I watched Saltburn, which is the latest from Emerald Fennell, who made Promising Young Woman, which is a movie that enraged me. But this one is about a young man, Oliver, who is like middle class, and he goes to a fancy university, and he meets this other guy who's Finn? No, is that his real name? I don't remember what his name is. But he meets this other guy who's like tall and handsome and excessively rich, and he kind of just becomes infatuated with him and eventually gets invited to his family's estate. And it's like, they're not just a little rich, they're like, the king used to live here, that kind of rich.
F you.
And then, yeah. And the sort of the story about how oblivious and out of touch this family is, but then maybe Oliver is more than he appears.
What'd you think of this movie?
I thought it was entertaining. Like, all of the weird rich people antics were entertaining. I loved Rosamund Pike. She plays the matriarch of the family, and she's amazing. She's just like, she has such good lines in this movie. Like, one of my favorite songs for karaoke is Common People by Pulp, and she's like, people say this song was about me, but he said she came from Greece. She had a thirst for knowledge, whereas I've never wanted to know anything.
I love her. Oh my God.
She's so good. Yeah, so it's like, I like all the weird rich people antics. I felt like the movie was back to copying other things, like copying much better movies. Like, this is gonna be kind of a spoiler, but like, there's a real talented Mr. Ripley vibe, but it doesn't really, I don't know, like, Oliver doesn't actually have any chemistry with anyone, and the relationship between him and the other guy is like, there was never anything there.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the end and it's like reveal, it's like, is this supposed to be shocking? Was I supposed to have known this all along? Because it just feels like, oh, all right. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was fun. I really, I thought the first half of the movie when they're at school was honestly pretty boring. I was like, got distracted. But once they hit Rosamund Pike was in the picture, I was like, I'm in. Like, I love her lines were fantastic. I wish even there was more of her and Carey Mulligan, who has just sort of a really small appearance into the movie, just because their quipping against each other was so good. And I could have had a movie of just that, just them two and Rosamund Pike, of her story more so than the kids, which is really just about the kids. So, I thought it was interesting and fun. There are definitely moments in the movie that are, I guess, meme-worthy, that get more recognition for it. Like, everybody has at this point heard about Murder on the Dance Floor, and where Oliver is just dancing butt-ass naked. And he's naked. You see some penis flopping about all over the place. And good for him. But it really... I agree. It didn't seem like he had any chemistry at all. He did a very good job, I think, of playing weird. Because I had this weird, like, why am I attracted to him? I don't get it. Like, why is he weirdly hot to me right now? It's not making sense up here, but I am. But it was
seems
fun.
like him and the other guy, I think, are like pretty popular hot boys. Neither of them really did anything for me, but
yeah, just in that weird way, just like in a weird you're hot way. Not that I would be attracted to that off the street kind of thing, but because of the way they were shot. I mean, even like the tall hot boy, he's just like stereotypical tall hot boys. I'm just like, I'm not into that. That's fine, whatever. So yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. It was pretty at times, like, you know, party scenes and thing looked nice, but yeah, it was just, I don't know. I felt like it was just worse done than so many of the movies that it was trying to emulate, and then I also just didn't know what what are you trying to tell me? Like, what are you trying to say?
What are we trying to do here?
Yeah, and the ending didn't enrage me again, like Promising Young Woman, but it was still just kind of like, oh, that's an interesting way to take that. Like,
yeah, it's fine. It was fine. Very weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't think about it too hard, Michelle. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. We're going to refill our drink a hot second because we have to have a transition here. So drink.
That's true. Drink.
People, I know you don't think that's right. I've really been the best of food.
Oh my goodness, Pam, you play so many games.
I played way more than I thought I was going to. I mean, it's been a while. We haven't recorded since December, I don't think.
I know, yeah. Well, we were waiting for Magfest, and then Magfest didn't happen. And, just like, it's fine. Life. We're having a winter break. It's fine.
Yes.
So you go first.
Right. So the first thing I finished was Darksiders Genesis. This is a spin-off from the Darksiders series, which I've actually never played any of, but I was looking for 2-player co-op games to play. So Dylan and I played through this, and you play as 2 of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You play as like Wrath and Strife, I think. And they're going around and they're fighting demons, and I guess a lot of games sort of use these same names and things from the Bible and everything, but I was just like, is this Diablo? But no, it's Darksiders. So it's sort of like an isometric. You go around, sometimes you get to ride your horse, which is awesome, and you just kill demons. I was playing like the tanky war character, so he's like a big guy with a big sword, and Dylan was playing the more lithe, shooty character. And yeah, you just go around the levels. There's like little collectibles to find and a bunch of upgrades, and you fight various demons as you go. It was a little bit janky at times. There were some very unfortunate platforming segments, which no in third-person isometric games, I find.
I hate platforming like that. Oh my god.
But otherwise, it was a lot of fun. Like, there was a lot of cool upgrades. The voice acting was all really good. And, it's one of those ones where, would I play this by myself? No. But playing with someone else was a good time.
We're so lenient in terms of
we're so much more forgiving when in multiplayer. Honestly, some of the stuff we play on Wednesdays, like if I had tried this by myself, I'd be like, this game is shit. But together, it's like, no, it's fine.
I can deal with this for 8 hours. It's fine.
Yeah.
In reality, you're just like,
Yeah.
it's only the group of people. It's because of that. Like, otherwise, it's, we're so forgiving. You're so.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like Darksiders Genesis is better than that. But
Oh, good.
yeah, it's definitely better co-op than it would be single player. What did you play?
Well, I'll talk about the one thing I didn't finish on here, but I wanted to include it because it made me so angry. Parasite Eve 2. I loved the first Parasite. I played that on stream. It was a great time. Everything was really unique about that game. And what was unique and fun about the first game, they completely eliminated and changed into in the second game. So, yeah. Have you ever played it?
So I love Parasite Eve 1 so much. I think when I got the second one, I put in the disc, like got my hands on the controller, like moved and went, oh no, and just never played it again.
It's so bad. Yeah. The first Parasite Eve, you're kind of more, I mean, you're top, so it's tanky control, I guess, but it's not.
I mean, it's not really tanky.
No, you push forward and you're moving
Yeah.
forward. Like,
Yeah.
you push in a direction, you're actually moving
And you
that
go
direction.
that direction.
Yeah. Versus this game, you're not. You're moving the
No.
direction, tank, like,
Yeah.
go that way, go that way.
Yeah.
Awful. But they still kept the sort of like, not turn-based, but like action turn-based strat or gaming that they had in
Yeah.
the first one. So you get into a battle and you can like, you know,
You actually
the
have
monster.
to like run away from
You have to run away from the
attacks.
fucking things.
Yeah.
And
With tank
which
controls.
makes with tank controls. And so I get to the first boss and you're like on this tower that you're on like some scaffolding and I want to run backwards because I want to get some space in between me and the boss because there's literally, it's just a small little lane and I want to get around the corner. I want to go backwards and get around the corner so I have some space, right? That's the first thing I want to do. I can't even fucking turn around. I was like, I just like slowly sort of walking backwards a little bit. And I was like, I can't
Yeah.
even turn and run because I can't turn without being stupid because I'm so bad at it. And it just frustrated the holy hell out of me. So many times I get into a fight and I don't even see the monsters on my screen. They're off screen and I just aim and shoot and I think I'm hitting it. I think so. I don't know. Like more times than it should. And what really like broke the straw that broke the camel's back for me is I had to push like whatever the button was, A, B, X, whatever, fucking X, in order to walk them downstairs. Like you don't just walk down the stairs, you walk up to the stairs, push the button, then you walk down the stairs. I'm like,
Oh.
are we serious right now?
Yuck.
It
That
was
doesn't sound fun.
awful. I couldn't do it. It made me so angry, so viscerally angry. I did it for one stream and just threw it back at my sister and said, forget this shit.
Take this. Why did you let me borrow this?
Yes, how dare you? Why did you give me a bad game? How dare you?
What's the story set up into?
The story is set up so it's Aya Bray post New York City, but now she's in Los Angeles. And now she's part of this super special squad. I forget what the squad is called, but the super special squad who gets sent in for instances like this. So they're still like, oh, the instances like these are still happening and we need the special people. And so she's just sent in. I only did the first initial mission. And so you have the first initial mission where you just go in to go investigate the thing and you meet your other person who's also in that group who is just the not as fun Daniel partner guy who comes in.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we're set up here. It's just Aya in New York.
That's too bad.
And Aya in Los Angeles, sorry, rather.
All right. Yeah, that's a shame. I know. The first game's so good, and then it was like, oh, tank controls in the second one. Oh, only on PSP for the third one. So basically, it's a one game series for me.
It's a one game series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What else have you been playing, Pam?
Yeah, something we both played. I played through Alan Wake, and I played through the remastered version. I had been meaning to play it before I got to Alan Wake 2, but then Alan Wake 2 came out, and I was like, I'm excited, I want to play Alan Wake 2 right now. But Dylan had never played Alan Wake before, so we sort of like couch co-opted, just like handed the controller back and forth. And yeah, it was, I mean, it's been one of my favorite horror games forever, even though it's like not super scary for a horror game. It's kind of just more like fun, action-y, occasionally a little bit scary, but I love it. I didn't notice a whole lot of difference in the remaster. I mean, I'm sure just like upscaled graphics, and I think they took away the Energizer batteries, and they were just regular or like generic batteries, but otherwise not too much difference. Oh, and there were some QR codes in the game that you could scan that had little videos that were kind of hinting toward Alan Wake 2.
Oh.
But yeah, I was happy to have played that again. You played it too.
Yes, I had played it for the first time. I did not play the remastered. I played the basic bitch one because it was way cheaper. And I was like, I actually, honestly, probably when I bought it, did not realize it was not the remaster. But who cares? So I played it on Steam, and I had a great time with it. I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed the controls, even with the shine your flashlight, shoot the guy, shine your flashlight, shoot the guy kind of thing. And you have to manage your resources, manage your flashlight in that way. You say it wasn't scary. I screamed a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a big fat fucking baby. The thing's coming popping at you. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. But I really like it. So I've heard a number of people, one of them being fucking Blank. Oh, who listens to him though? But even like a bunch of YouTubers I really like that are like, this game's cool, but has some of the worst gameplay I've ever experienced. I was like, really? Like, there are times when it's like, okay, there could be a few less enemies here. Okay, stop throwing
Furniture
barrels at my head. But otherwise, like, I actually like it. As soon as you get used to the fact that your left trigger is flashlight and not aim, then I like it. I like burning off the darkness. I like the shooting. I like the flares. Like, I like how it plays.
Yeah. Especially after you told me, you're like, use your items, because Alan is an idiot and decides not to keep any of the special weapons between chapters. So I was like,
between chapters.
Oh.
No. I remember that, and then I was reminded of, because we were playing it at very similar times. Like, I think I had played like the first chapter, and then you started streaming it like while I was mid-game playing it. So I was like, yeah, because anytime Alan's like, oh, I'm going to the police station, may as well throw out my shotgun.
I don't need this. And I'm like, bitch, yes, you do need this. I don't understand why you need to drop a shotgun. Oy, idiot.
Oh no, I slipped and fell and I dropped my flashlight and my whole arsenal. Whoops. I guess I'll have to find a new one.
All the time. That bitch is always falling and like, oh my God, I don't have a flashlight. I'm like, how do you lose your fucking flashlight?
How do you lose your flashlight? You know how important it is.
Yeah. The darkness. Come on.
I was actually, one thing I was wondering, even though I think it's probably similar, were you still finding those like yellow things when you shine your flashlight all through the game, being like, they're covered in darkness, burn away the darkness? Because that's exactly what they did in Dead Space and the remaster. It's like, shoot off their limbs. Like, you're 8 hours into the game and you're still coming across signs, shoot off their limbs. Like, yes, I get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I haven't been doing this for 10 fucking hours. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Oh my God, that's how you kill it? Oh, frilly. Made for babies.
Yes, but how did you like it? How did you like the story and the set pieces and everything?
The set pieces, I thought, I feel like the gameplay was more fun than some of the set pieces, just because I think he's very Stephen King. It's like, it's Stephen King.
I mean, Stephen King, but like bad.
Yes, it's bad. Like you're a terrible writer.
The pages that you find are like, this is bad writing.
Bad. I stopped reading him. At one point, I'm like, I hope I really don't have to like read these pages or have him read me these stupid pages that you find, because you just find manuscript pages all throughout the game. And I was like, I hope this is important, because I ain't gonna do it. I don't really care.
I mean, most of the manuscript pages are just telling you things that are about to happen. But Alan's not a good writer.
No, he's not a good writer. Barry, his buddy, is the best fucking thing on the fucking planet. And I felt like, and also the one thing that kind of bothered me, his wife, his like, I need to find my wife. I'm like, you and your wife have zero chemistry, my dude. Like, you guys suck. You guys suck.
they do suck. Like, she's like, let's go away for a nice vacation. Oh, I brought your typewriter.
Guess you're gonna work on this vacation. Yeah. He goes, fuck. Like, why would you do that, bitch? This is not a vacation anymore. Oh my god.
That's true. I feel like the relationship could have used more, I don't know, believability or building up for him to be like, I have to save Alice. It's like,
do you though? And do you have to save her in her underwear as she's going into the darkness? I don't know. She's fine. Also, the guy in the space outfit, like, dude was like fucking on cocaine when he wrote this shit, like fucking Stephen King. Like, oh my god. But I mean, the story I thought was fine. I honestly just liked the atmosphere and the gameplay, which is contradictory to all these other YouTubers. But I liked the shoot. The shoot was fun.
I liked the shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the shoot was fun. And I like games with narrators. I love it when someone's just telling me what's going on. I enjoy that so much. I mean, not even what to do. Just talk to me while I'm playing, please. Like,
and boy, does Alan like to talk.
Oh, he sure likes to talk.
He loves the sound of his voice. But I had fun. It was great. It was fun.
Awesome.
I loved it. It was good. It's my turn? Oh, it is my turn. What else have I been playing? I played Super Mario RPG, the remake. Yay! Ooh. So cute. I never played the original, which is blasphemy. I know. Yeah, it's fine. But so-and-so RPG gamer over here never played the original, even though my sister has it. And I probably could just to see the differences, but I'm sure the quality of life things made it much better. But so I got it on Switch. And Super Mario RPG, for those who do not know, is a RPG game, obviously, starring Mario and all of our fun little character friends like Bowser and Peach and Zero Luigi. My biggest complaint is that the game could use more Luigi. Absolutely. Because I need more Luigi. And Peach gets captured again by Bowser.
Again?
But then, again. Oh my God.
I couldn't have seen that coming.
I know. And then while she's captured at Bowser's castle, something attacks Bowser's castle. And then Bowser's castle is destroyed. And it's like, my God, what's going on? Who's the real bad guy here? So Mario goes on an adventure to figure out to go find Peach. Goes find Peach. And then we have to go beat Smithy, the big bad. And Bowser joins our team. And it's so cute. It's such a fucking cute game. It's not even fucking funny. So fucking cute.
This one, it's just like regular pixels. This isn't the Paper Mario.
It's not Paper Mario. It's regular. I mean, remastered, it's not pixeled, but original was pixeled. So it's turn-based. The action is turn-based action, and you have to push a button. If you hit it at a certain time, you get I hit a critical more. Or if I
like that. I like when they add just a little something active to just the basic turn-based.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of something to it. And every time you get a new weapon, it has a different like timing mechanism to it. So it's fun to learn like, oh, I got a hammer now. What's gonna be like, do I use it here versus here? You know, like it makes a difference. And they do have like little exclamation points that'll tell you use it here, but it does go away. So it's like, it's only like when you first get it, you can learn about it, and then it'll go away, and then you'll totally forget what it was.
Right.
So then you have to do it all over again. But it's very cute. Lots of cute little mini games. Lots amazing music. Wonderful little areas and I love how you travel like it's a Super Mario World map. So you like go to each area like a little Super Mario World.
Oh, nice.
So cute. So cute. I absolutely loved it. It was only about 10 hours. I hear the originals a little bit longer, but quality of life stuff made it so it's much shorter. So I didn't 100% it. No, because I ain't fucking doing that. But I don't think I've ever 100%ed a game unless like you complete it and there's nothing extra. In like ever.
I tried so hard with Final Fantasy X too, but like there's this 100 level dungeon. I'm just like, I'm tired and this is hard and I don't want to.
No. Anytime an RPG introduced those dungeons, those endless dungeons, I'm like, no, I'm good, yo.
Like every time I talk about Star Ocean Second Story, they're like, did you do this dungeon? Like, no, I don't want to do that. It's fine. It's fine without it. It doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it?
Because the thing that I never look for in a JRPG is like, you know what I needed? An extra 100 level dungeon. Like, never.
Never. Ever. Especially when like they're the simple turn-based game. They're turn-based dungeons like that. I mean, Star Ocean has a little bit more activity in the...
Yeah.
But by the end, I'm just pushing the like R1 or R2 or whatever, just like constantly. Like, there's no strategy. Just mashing buttons. But yeah, super cute, absolutely adorable. If you want a cute time, play it.
All right. Sounds good.
What else have you been playing, Pam?
All right. Well, I'll let you take the ones we both played because I've got more. So I played Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Yay! I was so excited for this to come out. This is the game that I went to France to play back last May or June to get like an early demo, not a demo, I got to actually play it. Early demo of, I got to talk to the developers. I don't love Ubisoft, but Ubisoft Montpellier is like the good studio that makes like the Rayman and the Beyond Good and Evil and now Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. And this is like one of the best Metroidvanias I've played. The controls are just buttery smooth. Like the platforming feels so good. The combat's really nice. I'm not a parrier, but this game, like I wanted to parry because it felt so good. It's just like you could feel it, like you take that parry, and then you get an animation of like Sargon like kicking the enemy in the face, and it was so good. And then the abilities are so cool. Like so many Metroidvanias. I mean, I play a lot of them. It's like you get your double jump, you get your air dash, which you get in these, but the other abilities in these were really cool. Like it's been a long time since I've been sort of surprised and delighted by what a game has done, but sometimes I'd be going through the map and I'd see like, oh, I obviously need some kind of ability to get there, but I don't know what that ability is. And just the abilities that I was getting and like how you could use them both for traversal and for combat were just really, really cool. So I really liked it.
Yes, watch Pam's review of Prince of Persia on her channel, which I'll put in the top little corner here. In a corner. Whatever that stupid little linky thing is. Yeah, that stupid little card thing that I swear to God nobody ever clicks on, but whatever.
I don't think anyone ever clicks on them, but
whatever.
Yeah. It was really fun. And it looks so nice. Like so many Metroidvanias are very like dark and grim.
Or just the
like,
same.
Really nice. Yeah, really nice colors. I mean, so many are pixelated, and I love my pixel graphics, but it's nice to have something like that looks expensive.
Expensive and bright. I love brightness and color. Like, why? I hate them when people are like, oh, it looks cheap. I'm like, it has color.
How is it? I honestly, like, I understand art is completely subjective. And so, for example, Metroid Dread, another, like, much bigger budget Metroidvania, I thought everything in that game looked like it was made out of shiny plastic, and I did not like how it looked. And other people are like, this looks amazing. Whereas I was like, this is nice. It has a good color palette. The animations are so super smooth and fluid. I like the art. But other people were like, it looks like a $5 mobile game. It's like, okay. I don't
Really? No.
Yeah.
No. Whether or not you even agree with the art style, which honestly I haven't played it yet. I don't know if I agree with it, but it's like even then you can still appreciate the bright, beautiful colors. And even like watching your review, the backgrounds and how they play a part into the game and how they really can be more interactive and how how beautiful that looked. Like, bitches, let's go. Like, come on. That looks great.
Like, there's so much depth to every screen, and there's so much movement, like, around and even in the foreground. And yeah, I thought it looked great. And then all of the sort of stylized bits, like, it was very anime inspired. And I don't even like anime, but you could see, like, special attacks and just, like, boom, color splash. And it was just like, I really thought it looked great.
Yay, that's good. Yay. I've been meaning to pop this in and try it, but then I got sick and I was like, I really just don't feel like a Metroidvania when you're sick, so I just played Roller Coaster Tycoon for like 3 hours. I was like, I just need mindless coastering right now. But yeah, I'm excited to try it soon.
Awesome. What else have you played?
Did that. We'll talk about the one. We'll talk about I just beat this game. So I opened up the spreadsheet that Pam and I have, and of course Pam has like a billion games. I'm like, well, fuck, I have to do something about this. So I'm like, it's 5:00. What one of these games can I at least play? And then I saw on her list Toem, and I was like, I can beat this.
I didn't know you beat it because I saw you. I was doing something on Xbox, or I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, oh, Michelle's online. Oh, she's playing Toem. Oh, okay. I had no idea that you beat it.
I beat it. I beelined the bitch. Don't get me wrong.
Nice.
Once I got to the minimum amount that I need to go to the next level, I went to the next level because I was like, as much as all right. So Toem is a cute little. It's black and white, very much in the art style of like Chicory. If you've ever seen Chicory, like the little paint thingy.
Yeah, pre-color. Pre-color. There's no color. It's all black and white. Of your cute little dude, and he is in Homelandia, or whatever this house is called, and he's gonna go on an adventure to Toem to explore Toem and just take pictures of Toem. Yeah. It's a picture game. Pictures. The end game is he wants to photograph this phenomenon, but along the way, you do other things.
You do other things. You help people out. You do like little tasks and things, and there's a bunch of little like take pictures of cats and then the names of all the cats.
Yeah, there's like the names of all the developers' cats. There's like just random wildlife that you have to find and photograph. People will give you a little like kind of puzzly clue. It's like, oh, I'm looking for, I can't even think of anything now. But you have to figure out, it's like, oh, they want a picture of the moon. It's sort of little puzzly that way.
Yeah. Like one guy was like, I need a source of fire, something that's burning. I'm like, the sun? So I took a picture of the sun and gave it to him. He's like, yes, this is what I need. I'm like, yes. Yes, my dude. But it's very cute. Very simple, enjoyable, cute dialogue. Oh my God. Really enjoyable little game that only took me about 2.5 hours to beat if you beeline the bitch. And I definitely would have loved to take my time with it more and to complete more of the tasks with it, just because all the characters that you encounter into the game are very unique and cute, and it was such a lovely time. I had a lovely time with it for my happy 2 hours. What did you think of it?
I loved it. I was just sort of scrolling through my Xbox being like, what do I want to play? I want to play something that's not too long. And I was like, oh, Toem, I'll give this a shot. And I love photography in games, but only in a very simple way. I don't need fancy photo modes where I can do filters and like do actual photography stuff. Like, I just wanted to be like, hey, there's a thing, click. Like, that's the extent of my photography. So this is almost like a 3D Where's Waldo game.
Yeah.
Because it's not about taking good pictures, it's about taking pictures of the right things.
Yes.
And like checking it off your list. And I find that very satisfying. So yeah, I started playing it and I was like, oh, this is good. I probably would have gone through in one sitting, except I think I had something to do. So I couldn't do that. So it was a couple sittings. But yeah, I went through and like, it's just so charming in terms of the dialogue. It's satisfying solving the little puzzles. And sometimes you get little abilities, like you can honk at things to, you know, scare birds away or startle people. When you beat it, if you go back, because I went back and got all the achievements even, they added, like, I guess, after launch, a whole other location. Ooh. And in this one, you can throw water balloons at things. So you can, like, water plants and do, like, interesting things with the water balloons. So I really liked it. I thought it was very charming, and it was just, like, oh, I just want to play this until I do everything.
Oh, yeah. That's how I was feeling, too. And I was like, no, I have to beat this, because don't get distracted, Michelle. You need to beat this. You got an hour and a half for the podcast. We can do this. We can do this. But I definitely, like, it's such a nice chill game that I will definitely go back to and just be like, I just need some picture time. Yeah. What I do love, though, is there is an option for filters and bullshit like that within the game, but it's not required. It's just like, if you want to have fun with it, here's some stupid filters. And it's like, okay, never use it.
I get, there was a few things that required a filter, but otherwise I never put them on.
But it clearly states, it's like, hey, make a picture for the filter with me. I'm like, okay, click. Okay, here you go. And you're done. That's it.
Yeah. So. But I really liked that one. I've had that on, I think I've had that installed for a while, and I just never got to it. And then I was like, oh, this is just delightful.
It's so cute. I'm so glad I played it. I'm so glad you put it on the list. And I was like, fuck, I need to play something. Gotta stop watching Trek and play an actual fucking game, Michelle. Yeah. That's a problem. What else have you been playing?
So another thing I played just yesterday after I finished Toem, I was like, what other short backlog games can I play? So this is one I've had for a while. It's called Betrayal at Club Low. And it's by this game maker called Cosmo D. I've played a few of his games. He did... Now I can't remember any of the names of the games he's made. We'll put some names in here. But they're just weird games that look like asset flips. Like, they look like just weird, like the characters are like weird mannequins and just like weird textures. And the soundtrack is like this cool electronic jazz. And you just go through worlds talking to weird people and seeing weird things. And this game, out of all of them, had the most, like, it was the most gamey game because it had sort of like a RPG dice rolling element. But you are an undercover agent and you need to go and rescue this other agent from inside the club. And also, you're dressed as a pizza man because pizza can make people like you more. And also, they give you tips. So you go through the world and you've got your stats. You've got your, like, wit, deception, cooking, observation, physical, and you can like level them up as you get more money to do that. But then you just go to people and you're like, Will I wow them with my dance moves? Will I tell them a joke? Will I push them out of the way? And then you roll your dice against them to see if you win or not. So it's really cute, very strange and funny writing. And I had a good time. I think I spent like 2.5 hours with it. There's multiple endings. I only got one of them, but it was fun.
Sounds very D&D. You dice roll and see what
it's all dice
perception's
rolling.
going to be. Mm-hmm. I know nothing about D&D. Just from a bolt of hour and a half I played a Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, it's basically like that. So you've got your different stats and you're rolling against different stats, but yeah, it's good. So what were the other ones? Okay, I just looked them up. The Norwood Suite is another one that I really liked.
Oh,
and
I've heard of that one. I think you've talked about that one before.
I think I might have talked about the vinyl. Off-Peak, Tales from Off-Peak City. So they're just kind of like mostly just weird first-person wandering games, but this is the first one where it's like, no, you roll dice and level up your stats while you weird wander around. Like,
well, you also weird wander around because that's what we do here. Mm-hmm. Fun, nice little 2-hour hot minute. Yeah, I love these little 2-hour games that you just
too.
Just need a little something.
It's so nice.
Something. Mm-hmm. Compared to my 40-hour bullshit that I keep playing. It's not bullshit, but just a lot of big games. My life's going to be taken over by Final Fantasy VII Remake here soon, which I hear is like 100 hours. I don't know, sometime in February.
That's so long.
I know.
Especially considering, like, the original, the whole thing was maybe 40.
Maybe. Like, yeah. We're going to be a lot of, like, picking up of cats, I think.
So we've got one last game.
One last game.
We played and completed together.
Yes. We played Mythforce as our... Mythforce! Our Wednesday night co-op game. We played Mythforce, which looks amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. Really fantastic cutscenes of like these 80s looking cartoons.
Yeah.
The animation looks great in game and just fantastic. But huge butts here. Lots of huge big ass tushies because this fucking game is buggy as fucking hell.
Oh, it's so buggy. It's so buggy.
So buggy. So how do we describe this game? So you play Mythforce, group of
4 characters. You're just going for a big bad, and there's like a couple smaller big bads on your way, but it's like a ragtag group. Like there's the paladin, and then I was like the rogue, and it's like, do you miss raping and pillaging? It's like, yeah, kind of, but whatever. Now
I'm in the military. Yeah. I was a archer dude who was boring as fuck. And so you play these 4 misfit mercenaries. I feel like that's the second time I've said that in this podcast, which is a problem. But and you just go off to go kill the big bad. Yeah. And it's all in first person.
Yeah.
And which is a shame because I would love to see the animations of my characters more.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful. The animations are great. And it just kind of roguelike-ish. Like you go through a bunch of different levels, but you don't actually keep anything at the end. So
there was there's an ending to this game. Like there's specific levels. The first time like we would go through, and to get to the end of one part, you have to go through like a good amount, like probably 12 to 15 different screens, and most of them are combat arenas. Some of them are shops or things like that. But yeah, you go through them, you're leveling up. Every room you get to pick a perk to add to yourself. And then you're also picking up these various gemstones and things where when your run ends, you go back to the little town hub and you can maybe like upgrade your weapon or upgrade your gemstones or something. But between runs, like all your perks, like if you end a run, like they're done. You just have to
They're
just
done.
start again from sort of your basic power, other than the few things that you can upgrade in the town. But it was like, it was okay. We ended up putting it down onto easy because it would get to the point where we just got wiped out. It was very hard to tell when something was hitting you and where it was hitting you from. Also, just so buggy. Like, there was this one, if you went to the quest board in the town, your game would just crash. Hard crash. Don't ever look at the quest board in the town.
Don't ever look at the quest board. Only look at the quest board right after you've completed the whole thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there was definitely issues. It was quite repetitive. Like, there was 3 distinct areas, but within each of those areas, it's like, well, I've seen this room before. I've seen this room before.
I've seen this monster over and over. It's always skeletons, lizard men,
There was like
and
cultists or
mushrooms.
something. Oh yeah, the mushrooms too. Yeah.
Mushrooms. Those are the big 3. I think there are cultists in there too that we have saw every once in a while. But I swear to God, we killed more skeletons than there
we've
are
killed
actually dead people.
of-
It's so many
Yeah.
skeletons. It was bad. I also had issues too because like with my character, if I would do a certain special, if I did my like special thing, and I would try to shoot it, it would get stuck. So then I'd be stuck here trying to shoot my special, and I just have to run around and just start mashing buttons until I unlock myself. Like, it was so buggy. It was so bad. And then the higher difficulty, it didn't matter. It's like, it was just more monsters thrown at you. I'm like, that doesn't make it more difficult.
Or they just had
That's
more
just
health.
more frustrating.
Like,
Yeah. It was dumb.
Yeah. And so, sometimes your buttons would just stop working and you couldn't select a skill, or the thing Burger kept happening where he kept like picking one skill and it'd be like, oh, did you want this skill? Is this
Other
a
one?
skill?
This other
Like,
one.
You want this one, right? Like, yeah.
Or like Briz would always be like, I can't move. I'm like, Briz, just
I can't
wait.
move. Yeah. Yeah. At first I was like, Briz, you don't know how to play video games. And then it started happening to me. And I was just like, hit every button on the controller. And then eventually it would come back.
Yeah, like you'll be fine. It'll come back. Just keep pushing, mashing your buttons. If you die, we'll bring you back. It'll be fine. It's just, we gotta get through this. It was that is probably one of the worst ones we've finished in that group, I think. Just in terms of bugginess and how
Very buggy.
unplayable it really truly was. It just, ugh. And it was so beautiful, which is what's so disappointing.
It was beautiful. I even liked a lot of my character's abilities. I found them pretty cool, but it was just like, it was so buggy and it was just kind of a mess to play.
And I never felt like any of the perks that you get actually help you. Like, nothing actually felt like I was getting better in the game.
Yeah.
It just always felt the same. So there felt like there was no progression. And the thing that pissed me off the most, you beat the game, and all I want out of this fucking game is is a fucking end movie, because this game is nothing but beautiful, and you have cute movie little cartoons in between. You beat the game, you go to the main menu.
Nothing.
That's it.
Like each of the 3 acts starts with basically a 80s Sunday morning cartoon. You beat the game, it's like, congrats. Go back and play again.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Fuck you, game. Fuck you.
Yeah. Give me an 80s power ballad and give me a cartoon. I deserve it.
Yes, give me Flash Gordon, and then I can be happy with at least completing this thing. Nope. You pissed me off. You just had to piss me off even more, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you? Oh, it was
like,
bad.
oh, you didn't know you were playing an NES game? Sorry. Here, you have no ending. Like,
so aggravating. How do you not have an end movie? I don't understand.
I don't understand.
So angry. That's the games we've played. Oh my God.
That's all we've been doing. That's
all we've been doing. That's a lot of shit.
That's all.
man.
That's it. That's it. There's a few things. Whatever.
It's fine.
Pickups.
Pickups. Oh my God, I got a big pile over here.
Oh.
Who's to go for? Oh. I'll go first.
You go first. Sure.
Okay, so one of the things, because we haven't recorded since the holidays, is I got for Christmas was Rogue Legacy 1
Ooh.
and Rogue Legacy 2. Now, I have never played these games, but look how fucking
played
cute
both of
this
them.
is. And look
They
at the
are
like
cute.
detailing.
I
on
love
little-
I love the shiny bits.
So each of these is also a different color, of course. So they're like fun little, like I'm red and such. So they're really beautiful, really well done. I was really surprised. My sister got this for me for Christmas. And she says, the music's great, Michelle. You're going to love this. And I played the music. And of course, she's right. Because she's very rarely right. Let's be real.
I was so surprised. She was right. Oh.
Her, come on. So loved these. Now it actually makes me want to play Rogue Legacy 1 and 2, except that they're roguelites, and I'm just like, oh, do I want to play a roguelike?
I know, they're kind of annoying and repetitive. I really liked the first one, and then the second one, I got tired of it, and I was like, I don't need to beat this.
But the music is great, so happy.
Awesome.
What'd you get?
So I got a couple new vinyl. One that I think you got.
Yes, we're gonna yes. Mine's
This is
backwards.
Fallout Songs for the End of the World. So this isn't the OST from Fallout, but it is some of the licensed music from Fallout 3 and 4. So it's like Billie Holiday, The 5 Stars, Warren Smith, Billy Ward and the Dominoes. So some of the music you're listening to on the radio while you're exploring. And this is honestly, I think this is like the coolest,
right?
The coolest one.
Yours is a little bit more splashy than mine. Look at yours. Like yours is,
yeah.
I love the variation though. I think it's great.
I think it's awesome. Yeah, it's one of the prettiest ones I've ever got. Another one that was really good was there was a Jurassic Park one, which had this like cool splatter. I gave the nice one to Matt because I'm a nice person, and I kept like the boring one for myself. But like, it's got some good variations.
Yeah, and the music, I was so surprised because I'd never really been into Fallout before. Like, we played Fallout for a hot second, I think all of us on our Wednesday night game, and there's just too much shit to pick up. Like, I just don't understand.
Did you play Fallout 76? Oh, you did play Fallout. I've never played that.
Oh, maybe it wasn't with you then. God,
No,
I just
I wasn't
I've just been cheating on you, Pam. So played a little bit of Fallout 76, but there's just too much shit to pick up. But I love how there's the lyrics book that says all the lyrics in here, and they're actual like songs. And I was so surprised. Like, it's not just like background noise.
No,
like
it's actual.
So many of these things are.
Songs.
It's nice. It's great. I loved it. This is like one of the best ones we've gotten. So I loved it.
I think so. And so while I was on the sale when this one came out, there was also a couple other ones that I hadn't had, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna pay $40 for shipping, I may as well get more than one. So I also got Evil.
I got that one too.
So
I love that one.
I know you have that one. So again, just like really nice. It's got a huge big booklet in it. I think actually I really like this variant. It's like a zombie brain splatter.
Oh, you got the splatter one? I think I just yes. I love that. So beautiful. I have loved everything I've gotten from this. Love it.
Yeah, I was really happy with this. I haven't actually listened to this one yet. I put on the Fallout one like as soon as it got in. But yeah, this is Resident Evil 1 soundtrack, which is really pretty.
Nice. How beautiful. Another thing I got for Christmas was Armored Core. What is this? Armored Core 6.
Yeah.
Fires of Rubicon. These are just plain black because where did I get this from? I don't remember. FromSoft, Bandai, Namco, whatever site. They're just basic bitch ones. So the insides itself, it's like this really glossy which I'm not a huge fan of, and it actually has a little indentation here from the shipping, which again, whatever. But there's a lot of the music, and it's really good. It's just basic bitch black because we're just basic bitches here. But I was happy because it came with a
Ooh, a slip mat. Nice.
a slip mat that's really cool and really
That
cool
is cool.
looking. Yeah, so that's fun, and I liked that. So I've never played. This is a FromSoft game I have not played yet. So maybe someday I will play.
I mean,
Armored
it's
Core.
fair. Armored Core 6 is like pretty new. I think it just came out last year. Oh, although I just hit me Armored Core 6, so there was 5 more before that. But I haven't played any of them.
I haven't played any of them. I played all the Souls, but none of these ones. But I'm also really just not into mech games.
I love the idea of mechs, and then you actually get into it, and I'm like, no, I don't want it.
Just like not into it. But I'll buy the vinyl. What else do you get?
Well, you know what else I got.
Yeah.
Incredible Crisis on
yeah.
PlayStation. And this is like the crispiest disc and case I've ever seen. So Incredible Crisis is basically a collection of fucking weird mini games about a bunch of people. Maybe it's a family. I think it's a family. But they're all just going through a weird fucking day, and you have to help them survive it. So, like, running through their office building, or the thing that really sold me on this game was are they on a
Ferris wheel?
A Ferris wheel, and like a woman's just like, a little left, and I was like, what's happening? I want to do this. Like,
this one is having an orgasm on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I need this. Yes, I got Pam that game. Actually, my sister did. So I put my sister on the hunt. I was like, Betsy, find this game for Pam. And it came through her store, and it was actually sealed whenever it came in. I know. It was actually sealed. But it was like a crappy seal. Like some of the seal was actually cut, but still intact. Yeah. So, of course, immediately we just ripped it off and just said, fuck you. Fuck you, seal.
Games aren't meant to be sealed, motherfucker.
No, absolutely not. Like, I don't even care if I don't give it to Pam sealed. I want to rip it open. I just want to look at it just to make sure. You know what I mean? So, to get that satisfaction. So yeah. Very happy to find that for Pam. Because, oh my God, why is that hard to find?
It was hard to find. We went to multiple conventions and it's like, do you have this game? Nope. Do you have this game? Nope. Couldn't find it anywhere.
And then I found a crispy version.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to play
it. Yeah. Last thing I got is from I Am 8-Bit. I got the Legend of Mana, but this is actually Secret of Mana.
That's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So it's Secret of Mana. Pretty much kind of like their OST, just a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit different variation to it. So that's your little flying dude in Secret of Mana. I forget what he's called. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played that game. So I actually have the first one in there. It's green, but I have it's blue for this one. So very nice, very happy. This sold out instantly. Like I pre-ordered this 6 months ago. So,
wow.
Yay me. And I love Secret of Mana music. I love Secret of Mana in general. I understand the gripe that people feel about it. Like, oh, it's just a simple game. The hit detection box is like really stupid. I'm like, you know what? It's a fun time. I've got super nostalgia goggles for it. And so my alarm clock is the Secret of Mana soundtrack. So I love it. It's just a little, like, I wish the packaging was a little bit better because it's a little poofy. You know when it's like doesn't close? Like, look at this. It's not really closing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's fine.
It's pretty though.
It's pretty and it sounds great. So that's all I care.
All right. Is that it for pickups?
That's it for pickups.
And for this very long episode.
Oh my God, it's probably
our return,
so long.
Our 2024 first episode.
Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year, Pam.
Happy New Year. All right. Thank you all for listening. If you want to talk to us, leave us a comment on this YouTube video. Unless you're not listening to the YouTube video, then, well,
Leave a comment on the YouTube video.
We also have a subreddit at r/polymedia where you can see all of the polymedia content.
And if you like what you heard here, check out other fantastic podcasts, which we always name them all and always forget. So just all of our fun podcasts and friends over at polymedianetwork.com. And drink well, my friends, with my empty glass.
I know. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.